Bringing dreams to life. An introduction to 3D animation. So 3D animation, in its simplest form, is the art of creating moving pictures in a three-dimensional digital environment, unlike traditional animation, which relies on a sequence of two-dimensional drawings. 3D animation manipulates virtual objects, giving them lifelike movement and form. It's a fascinating blend of artistry and technology, enabling us to craft entire worlds and characters that leap from our imagination onto the screen. The earliest forms of 3D animation emerged in the 1970s, with rudimentary computer-generated imagery, or CGI, appearing in films like Westworld in 1973 and Future World in 1976. These early attempts, while groundbreaking for their time, were limited by the technological constraints of the era. However, the late 20th century witnessed a revolution in computer graphics. The release of films like Tron in 1982 and The Last Starfighter in 1984 showcased the growing potential of CGI, sparking a wave of innovation in the field. Today, 3D animation has become synonymous with visual storytelling. From the breathtaking worlds of Pixar and DreamWorks to the immersive experiences in video games and virtual reality, 3D animation has transcended its early limitations to become an indispensable tool for artists, filmmakers, and creators across various industries. Types of 3D animation, from keyframes to physics. So, 3D animation encompasses a variety of techniques, each with its strengths and applications. Let's explore a few prominent types. Keyframe animation forms the bedrock of most 3D animation workflows. Animators pose their characters or objects at specific points in time, known as keyframes. The software then interpolates the movement between these keyframes, creating a fluid sequence of motion. This technique provides animators with direct control over the timing and poses of their creations. Motion capture, often abbreviated as mocap, leverages sensors attached to real-life actors to record their movements. This data is then applied to 3D characters, resulting in highly realistic and nuanced animation. Motion capture has become a staple in the video game and film industries, enabling the capture of complex human movements that would be challenging to animate by hand. Physics-based animation simulates the laws of physics within the digital environment. Objects behave according to gravity, collisions, and other physical forces, creating dynamic and unpredictable animations. This technique is particularly well suited for animating realistic cloth, hair, fluids, and other dynamic elements. 3D animation, a world of applications. The versatility of 3D animation has led to its adoption across a wide spectrum of industries. In the realm of entertainment, 3D animation is the driving force behind blockbuster animated films, captivating visual effects in live-action movies and immersive video game experiences. From beloved animated characters to awe-inspiring creatures and environments, 3D animation has fundamentally reshaped how we experience stories on screen. Beyond entertainment, 3D animation plays a crucial role in architecture, enabling architects to create virtual walkthroughs and presentations that bring their designs to life. This allows clients to experience spaces before they are built, facilitating better communication and design decisions. Product designers leverage 3D animation to visualize and refine products in a digital environment, from cars and airplanes to consumer electronics and household appliances. This allows for rapid prototyping, testing, and marketing of products with enhanced realism and visual appeal. The Illusion of Life, Disney's 12 Principles of Animation. At the heart of compelling 3D animation lies a deep understanding of the principles that govern movement and bring characters to life. These principles, often referred to as Disney's 12 Principles of Animation, were developed by legendary Disney animators Ollie Johnston and Frank Thomas and remain timeless guidelines for animators worldwide. Squash and stretch, exaggerating the deformation of an object to convey its rigidity and mass. Anticipation, preparing the audience for an action, creating a sense of anticipation and weight. Staging, presenting an idea clearly and unmistakably, directing the audience's attention to the essential elements. Straight-ahead action and pose to pose. Two distinct approaches to animation, with straight-ahead focusing on fluidity and pose to pose emphasizing key poses and timing. Follow through and overlapping action, creating realistic movement by ensuring that parts of a character or object continue to move after the main action has stopped. Slow in and slow out. Emphasizing the start and end of an action by adding more frames, creating a sense of weight and momentum. Arcs, ensuring that most movement follows a natural curved path rather than a straight line, enhancing the fluidity and visual appeal of the animation. Secondary action, adding subtle movements that support the main action, enriching the character's performance and adding depth to the animation. Timing, controlling the speed and rhythm of an action, conveying weight, emotion, and intention. Exaggeration, pushing movements beyond what's physically possible to enhance the expressiveness and entertainment value of the animation. Solid drawing, ensuring that characters and objects have a sense of weight, volume, and three-dimensionality. Appeal, creating characters and animations that are engaging, relatable, and visually appealing to the audience. Section 5. The art of timing and spacing. Timing and spacing are fundamental concepts in animation, influencing how an audience perceives weight, speed, and emotion in a character's movements. Timing, in its essence, refers to the number of frames or time it takes for an action to occur. A fast action, like a punch, might only take a few frames, while a slow action, like a character reaching for an object, might require many more. Spacing, on the other hand, dictates how those frames are distributed over the duration of the action. Even spacing creates a constant speed, while uneven spacing can convey acceleration, deceleration, or changes in weight and momentum. Mastering timing and spacing is crucial for creating believable and engaging animation. When done well, it can breathe life into characters, making their movements feel natural, expressive, and full of personality. Section 6. Anticipation and follow-through. Creating believable movement. Two essential principles that contribute significantly to the illusion of life in animation are anticipation and follow-through. Anticipation is the art of preparing the audience for an action. Before a character jumps, they might bend their knees. Before a ball is thrown, it's pulled back. These anticipatory movements create a sense of anticipation and build-up, making the following action more impactful and believable. Follow-through, as its name suggests, focuses on what happens after the main action is completed. When a character stops running, their hair might continue to bounce. When a ball hits the ground, it might squash and then regain its shape. These subtle movements ensure that the action doesn't feel abrupt or unnatural, adding to the overall fluidity and realism of the animation. By incorporating anticipation and follow-through, animators create a sense of weight, momentum, and realism in their characters, making their movements feel more natural and believable. Section 7. Building the world. An introduction to 3D modeling. 3D modeling forms the foundation of any 3D animation. It's the process of creating three-dimensional objects within a digital environment, giving shape, form, and structure to characters, props, and environments. Polygon modeling is a widely used technique that represents objects as a collection of vertices, edges, and faces, forming polygons. This method allows for precise control over the object's shape and is commonly used for hard surface modeling, such as creating buildings, vehicles, and other geometric objects. NURBS, or non-uniform rational B-splines, modeling utilizes mathematical curves and surfaces to create smooth, organic shapes. This technique is well suited for modeling characters, creatures, and other objects with flowing lines and complex curves. Subdivision surface modeling offers a hybrid approach, allowing artists to start with a low-resolution mesh and then subdivide it into a smoother, higher-resolution surface. This technique provides a balance between the control of polygon modeling and the smoothness of NURBS modeling. Section 8. Painting with pixels, texturing, and materials in 3D animation. Once a 3D model is created, it needs to be brought to life with textures and materials that define its surface appearance. Texturing involves applying images, known as textures, to the surface of a 3D model. These textures can represent various materials such as wood, metal, fabric, or skin, adding detail and realism to the model. UV unwrapping is a crucial step in texturing, which involves creating a two-dimensional representation of the 3D model's surface. This two-dimensional map, known as a UV map, allows artists to paint textures directly onto the model's surface with precision. Materials in the context of 3D animation define how light interacts with the surface of a model. They control properties such as color, reflectivity, roughness and transparency, influencing how the model appears under different lighting conditions. By combining textures and materials, artists can create a wide range of visual effects, from realistic skin and fabric to weathered metal and shimmering water. Section 9. Illuminating your creation: lighting in the 3D world. Lighting is an indispensable aspect of 3D animation, breathing life, depth and emotion into a scene. It's through the interplay of light and shadow that we perceive form, texture and mood. Ambient lighting provides a base level of illumination to a scene, ensuring that no areas are completely dark. It sets the overall mood and brightness of the environment. Diffuse lighting is the soft, scattered light that emanates from a large light source, such as the sky on a cloudy day. It helps to reveal the form and shape of objects. Specular lighting represents the bright highlights that occur when light reflects off a surface. It creates a sense of glossiness and adds depth to the scene. By carefully controlling the type, intensity, color and direction of light, artists can create a wide range of moods and atmospheres. From the warm glow of sunrise to the dramatic shadows of a stormy night,